What's going on, family? It's David here with Light Power. Shine so someone can see you. Yes, you can shine too. And in this video, we're going through the topic. We're understanding the blame game. How do you win at the blame game? Okay, so when we're talking about blame, we have to first understand we are talking about giving credit. We are talking about finding fault. And in the process of finding fault, be unbeknownst to most people, we are actually giving power and authority to whoever's fault it is. So when you're in the blame game, right? Let's say there's a family situation, something just happened. Like, who knows what happened? Well, whatever happened, if we're not happy with it, we're gonna wanna know why it is the way it is. How did it get to this position, right? So we're gonna be looking for whose fault it is. And in this process, this is what it is. How do you win the blame game? Well, first of all, you have to learn not to blame anyone but yourself. When you blame yourself, you give yourself power, you give yourself the ability and the means to transform the moment. Why? Because if the moment right now, let's walk into the house and this is a disaster, it just looks like, you know, there was a party, there was no drinks, there was no people, but ain't nothing missing, but it just looked like there's a whole hurricane party in the house. Whose fault is it? Well, who's home? You know, you want to seek the available person to accept the blame. You know, that's the blame game. The game is not, oh, this is my house. My house looks like a mess. What can I do about this? It's the game. It's in the mindset. It's like, it's an array of options that do not take you to the solution you want. See, if you walk into the house and the house is a mess, blame game takes you into meanwhile, you had a party last night, you didn't clean up. Hold on. So if you're understanding the blame game is a mind game, then when you give yourself the blame, then you can realize, my house is a mess. What am I going to do about this? Okay, when will I do that? Okay, let me go ahead and do that. Rather than finding whose fault it is, blaming the person, giving them all the power, all the credit for the situation, hoping that they will do something different and change it. But sometimes they don't. So that's why it's the blame game, because you lose when you give it away. You don't lose when you blame yourself, because when you blame yourself, you realize power, clarity, and ability. You realize these things because they've actually never been gone. They never went anywhere. It's just your perspective on the moment. So the blame is a game, but you want to be blaming yourself. If you want to get points on your own scorecard, you want to be blaming yourself. I can come up with so many different things that I could blame my family for not teaching me or for teaching me incorrectly, you know? But nothing ever happens in my life that I desire until I blame myself. Because whether or not I was taught to eat meat or what, like if I'm still eating it today, that's a personal choice. I'm in control. Whether I was forced to go to college or to school, if I'm educating myself today, that's a choice, and that's my choice. So you shouldn't ever blame if you want to be in power. Let me put it this way. You should never blame if you want to be empowered. If you want to empower yourself, you have to take the blame. You have to accept the responsibility. Or what else are you going to be doing? Looking for someone else to take it, you know, like looking for someone else to say, this is your business, this is your fault, this is that. But where is the solution coming from, and how fast is it entering into your life? Because if the true solution was, from the example I gave, to have a clean house, you don't need to wait on anybody. The fact that you're waiting on someone just says that you're still in game mode and you're losing. That's it. Like, blame game, no, it's not working. There's nothing much that you can get from blaming others. There's not much. Let me say this. There are certain circumstances where other people need to pick up from what they dropped, right? But it's not often like very helpful. Yes. Who wrote on the wall? You know, a dad asking his kids. You can get the answer for that, right? But what are you doing about that? Are you appreciating the creativity, or are you complaining? Like, there's a lot to do. So why are you blaming instead of doing? It's very easy though, you know? So don't get tripped up. Don't get caught up in this blame game. It's nobody's fault unless you're willing to take the fault. It's nobody's fault unless you're willing to take it. I mean, hey, the world is the way it is right now, but what are you going to be doing about that? That's where your power comes from. You understand what I mean? Your power comes from realizing and attributing blame, responsibility to yourself. That is where power is born. Opportunity comes out of that state because you are allowing for yourself to be a catalyst for the next way it's going to look. If it looked like that yesterday, you're in charge for it to look different tomorrow. So, the blame game is a place to get trippy. Don't get too trippy or you'll be on the ground. Okay, you'll trip and you'll fall. I think it's it's good to be aware of blame, and it's also very healthy to accept it. Also, don't give your power to solve your problems away by blaming. Yeah, by blaming. Don't do that. You got this. You got this. So with that said, shine so someone can see you. Yes, you can shine too. And I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.